Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about technology, magic, and witchcraft. So basically, we've come a long way in science, technology, equality, everything in the last um, 400, 500 years. Um, and from what I can tell, every year that passes by, uh, our increase in knowledge and technology is just almost exponential in rate. And I definitely think from observations of history and so forth that um, we are just on the start of a huge exponential increase. 500, 400 years ago, we were just riding horses. We were just monkeys riding horses. And in the last 50 years, boom, we've got planes, cars, cell phones, and it's just a cusp. We're just at the start of it. Imagine 100, 1,000, 10,000, a million, a billion years from now, assuming we don't die from something of our own cause as a civilization, like global warming before then. But having said that, it's so amazing. I don't think a lot of people understand this. But that is a topic for another video, and I did a very detailed video on that, so that will be uploaded. Check that one out. This video though is based on that topic, but more so on the issue of just again to illustrate and bring to a forefront something that a lot of people don't realize. When people from England first came to the United States or America, and they met the Native Americans, and Columbus came and colonized the area, that wasn't that long ago. It was just a few hundred years ago. That's nothing. It's like a blip on the timeline of billions of years of the evolution of the Earth and so forth. And when you think about it, just that the in that time span alone, the changes that have occurred, and the changes in our mentality, and how stupid or not necessarily stupid but unenlightened, in the sense that people just didn't know much because no one knew what physics was or gravity was. It wasn't discovered at the time. It just sort of illustrates like what else is out there that's still in the cusp in 10,000 years. But just to illustrate, in this small time span, think about all those people who were executed for witchcraft, that hysteria, and all those people who were just concerned and scared of magic. But now think about what has occurred in our day and age. We fantasize so much about superpowers and all these fantasy stuff like blowing flames out of your mouth or transforming into a dragon. All this fantasy stuff, and that's all cool and everything, but we are in reality living in a fantasy of our own. It's just the fact that it's so common and standard to us that we don't realize that the stuff you're doing is literally magic. The fact that I'm recording and you can see me is akin to magic. And I think there's two reasons why people have stopped really being fascinated about this, or being so amazed about it, or even likening it to magic or superpowers. One is because they grow up with it. It's a standard. It's reality, and it's just normal. You get used to it. Two is that it's backed up or explained by science or math. But regardless of the fact, it's magic. Like, think about it. If we could turn invisible, which again science is working on. There's already invisible cloaks if you Google it. But if we could turn things invisible, that might not be the best example. Think of a superhero. If we could fly like Superman, or shoot energy balls out of our hands like Goku from Dragon Ball Z, or levitate, or shoot laser beams out of our eyes like the X-Men, if that was explained by science or mathematics of some sort, I'm pretty sure in 50 or even less years, we just come to accept it. Maybe there'd be an initial sort of, oh my goodness, but then we just start accepting it. We just be like, oh, it's explained by mathematics and logic. it's not superpowers or magic, it's science, which it is in a sense. But does that not still make it in one way just as magical and amazing and somewhat akin to magic or superpowers? Think of actual stuff that's going on right now. We're literally talking to people across the world through telephones, through videos. We can see people from places far, far away. It's pretty much magic. It's just explained through electricity and electromagnetism and a lot of other stuff. And if you asked 99% of the population to explain it, they probably wouldn't have a clue. They just know it's something to do with electricity and yada yada yada. And that in fact just really fascinates me, because I'm just like, hey, it is pretty much magic in a sense. And so ultimately, I think it's very, very fascinating how this works. And just think about all this stuff: airplanes, cars, hovercrafts, helicopters, iPads, iPhones, Samsung Galaxy S4, Xboxes, video chats, Skype, Facebook, instant messaging, and all these things are in fact broken down. But I'm very excited to see what will happen in the next 100, 200, 500, 1,000 years. Like, the stuff, technology is just booming at an exponential pace, and who knows what will happen in that time span. It's probably beyond your wildest imaginations, and I'm sure if someone were to come to you now and show you this stuff from 10,000 or 100,000 years from now, you probably wouldn't be able to understand it either. It'd pretty much be magic, and they could say, oh well, it's not really magic, you see. It's a very complex process of electromagnetism and circuits, and I'm pretty sure they would have moved beyond circuits actually, something much more advanced. I'm thinking in the next 100,000 years, 100,000 years from now, there won't be like an iPhone or iPad or anything like that. It'll just be some sort of like buddy thing that hovers around you, that can just like shapeshift and like, you know, morph into like a wristwatch if you wanted to, or just like do anything you want. It's just like this little mini robot that hovers next to you. If you want to call someone, you ask the robot. If you want to access the internet, you can do that. If you want to know a very intricate fact, tell me right now where this celebrity is on the earth. Okay, that might cause privacy issues, but you get the point. It'll just be like that, and then at the end of the day, it could be explained by science and so forth, but it'll probably be so complicated that most of us won't understand it or bother to understand it, and it'd pretty much be akin to magic or some sort of cartoon character you see in a cartoon is doing something similar, like the genie in Aladdin. So I think it's just very interesting, and it's a new way of looking at things, and that's all I really want to say in this video. So as always, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.